there's a reason I chose that particular warm-up, doing an isolation warm-up. Is there are two? There's a couple of things going on there. Um, One is exactly that as we were working on each limb, we were increasing blood flow because we were using muscles. So blood flows, and part of the change of feeling is absolutely because of the muscular activity, the demands of blood that your physiology makes. So the muscles can be powered. But there's something else going on. When we were doing it working on the legs, of course, the leg that you're standing on is doing a hell of a lot of work as well, because it's supporting your entire body weight and doing bouncing. There's an awful lot of muscular tension in that leg, continually adjusting to keep you upright. Yet still we feel this asymmetry. And what that starts to expose is there's another little area of our physiology that warm-up works on. And this is the genuine sixth sense. You do have a sixth sense, but it's not anything mystical or anything to do with talking to spirits over on the other side, wherever that may be. It's called proprioception. And can I ask, have any of you know about proprioception? Just give a quick wave if you heard of it and are familiar with it. No, it's really interesting that it's not talked about much, and part of the reason is because it's completely hidden from us most of the time. You're familiar with the senses: taste, smell, touch, sight, and sound. We're familiar with those as the five senses. But the sixth sense is a sort of quasi-sense, really. Proprioception is our muscles, our muscular tissue, muscles and our non-muscular tissue have a particular branch of nerves that connect into them. Excuse me, which sends signals back to our brain, telling us how stretched they are. Oh, I'm stretched about 60%. I'm about 90. I'm about 4. And that is how we know where our body is in space. If you close your eyes and you imagine you're reaching up for something on a shelf, you go, okay, I know I'm reaching up just in front of me and about 1.5 feet ahead of me. I know where that is. I know roughly where my body is. When I go to scratch my nose, with my eyes closed, I can get roughly in the right place, and then I get to the right place to scratch my nose. And the way that you know whereabouts your hand is and what it's going to scratch is through proprioception, is these signals that your nervous system sends back to the brain saying, I'm stretched this much, this much, this much, this much, there we go, and there we go. And proprioception is absolutely fundamental to our sense of being in ourselves, our sense of our bodies, how we live in space, how we live in the world. Without it, we'd be lost. So, for example, our sense of balance. We get our sense of balance from various things. It's a mixture of organs in our ear that tell us, they're like little spirit levels in our ear, with little chalky bits with hairs on that tell us when we're not vertical. We use our eyes to level ourselves up to something that we work out without even thinking about it. What we think level is, everywhere we are, we're working out a rough level, which is sometimes, if you're somewhere where there's nothing that's remotely level, it can be very, very confusing and disorientating. Think of fairground haunted houses where they're all at strange angles, and it's disorientating. We also get our sense of balance from the sense of pressure on the floor pushing into our foot. As we go onto a slope of some sort, we feel the slope pushing in different ways on the floor of our foot. And those signals, those pressure, that sense of touch goes back to our brain as well. But also, as we're doing that, as those signals operate, our muscles react. So as soon as you feel pressure on a foot one way, our body reacts by tightening up muscles and pulls our weight another way so that we don't fall with the slope. And those muscles automatically reacting, also sending signals back to our brain going, I'm working this hard. I'm working this hard. And so this is a fantastic system we have. It's a really complex system for maintaining balance. But the thing with proprioception is it's incredibly valuable sense of actually who we are, but we don't see it. We're doing it all the time. You're doing it now. It's why you're not falling over off the chair. It's why you're able to sit there doing what you're doing now. If you didn't have proprioception, you wouldn't know what to do.